Next up on our list, we have a very powerful, potent, and meta-defining character that we need to talk about, and that is Hela. Hela has been in a very good and dominant spot basically the whole time that the game's been out. She hasn't seen a whole lot of changes to her character and her kit, and the couple that she has seen have mostly been beneficial. So this puts her in a very interesting spot as to how you might suggest something to be made different about her toolkit. But after looking through the way that she works in-game and the list of abilities that she has, I think I have a pretty good idea of what could be changed. So off her list of abilities, like other Asgardians, she has superhuman strength, speed, stamina, and durability. She has black magic, which I'm guessing is the way that they interpreted the use of her being able to summon and unleash her weaponry within the game. She's got telepathy that's confined to her undead warriors, which doesn't really apply to anything that she has in-game. Immortality, again, everybody has that to some degree. Necromancy, with her ability to have the resurrection on Thor when she picks up eliminations against her opponents, as well as some of those burst effects that she gets with her crows and other things like that, is implemented and recognized in that capacity to some degree. The Hand of Glory is not something that I think you want to put in the game because it allows her to one-shot basically anyone that she comes across, and that's not something you want to put on any kind of character outside of it being an ultimate ability. And finally, the high-level mystical powers. So things are pretty well-rounded within the scope of what is appropriate to build into the game in a character and a design, but I do have a thought as to what could be added to her kit. And that has to do with the black magic that she uses to create these Night Sword Thorns. I think that what you could do, because she can kind of manifest these weapons out of thin air and then, throw them around and do an assortment of different work and damage with them. I think the best thing to do with her kit, especially where she has an opening on her F keybind, would be to allow her to enter a state for maybe 8 seconds or so, in which instead of creating Night Sword Thorns, she creates axes made out of that same weaponry and material, and then allow her to engage in something more of a melee style mode. That would somewhat help her with times in which she gets dove. Of course, she does have the astral flock that allows her to create space from her opponents and really fly away when they get too close on her, but it gives her an alternate option, especially where trying to land shots, and especially headshots, during any time that you have someone up close and personal all up in your business is a little bit difficult to do. So that is kind of what I would foresee if they were to add or change something to her kit. Of course, she's got her team-ups that she has with both Venom and Namor that really lend well to the necromancy style of her abilities and tools. So outside of other thematic team-ups of that element, that's the biggest shakeup that I can kind of fathom to her toolkit as it's currently built. But what do you think? Do you think Hela needs a change or any adjustments, either buffs or nerfs? I'm interested to hear what your thoughts are, and if you would drop those in the comments, I will be interested to read through them and provide feedback there as well. And we will be back with another Duelist tomorrow.